Next cell organelle is plastids. Plastids are large cell organelles found only in plant cells which are specialized to synthesize and store organic substances. On the basis of pigment present in them, they are classified into leucoplast and chromoplast. Leucoplasts are colorless plastics and cylindrical to round in shape, while chromoplasts are brown or reddish in color and irregular in shape. Leucoplasts are found in unexposed cell, whereas chromoplasts can be found in exposed as well as unexposed cell. Leucoplasts are responsible or take part in the storage of food, while chromoplast does not store any kind of food. Leucoplasts can change to the other type of plastids, but chromoplasts only provide coloration to the organ. So here are the type of leucoplast, that is amyloplast, aleuroplast and elioplast. Similarly, the chromoplasts are the colorless plastids. Green and non-green plastids come under the category of chromoplast. Here is the important plastid which is found usually in the plant, and it is known as chloroplast or kitchen of the cell. It is bounded by two membranes. Inside of the chloroplast, two things are present. Number one is colorless matrix, which is called as stroma, and a system of membrane which is called as grana. Each grana consists of a stack of membrane bound flat sac-like structure which is known as thylakoid. You can consider the structure of grana and thylakoid with a coin. Suppose there is a coin and you have made a pile of coin by keeping the coins one above the other. So the single coin is known as thylakoid, and the pile of coin or the bunch of coin will be known as granum. Thylakoid pigments like chlorophyll, carotenoids and phycobilins, all these are present in the thylakoids. Stroma contain enzymes which are essential for the dark reaction that occur in the absence of sunlight, DNA, RNA and ribosome. So these are the things which are present in the stroma. One is the enzymes which are necessary for the dark reaction. Another is DNA, RNA and ribosomes. Plastids perform the various functions. Chromoplasts provide color to fruits and flower and attract the animal to help the process of pollination and fruit dispersal. Leucoplasts take part in storage of protein, starch and oil. Chloroplasts are meant to trap the solar energy to manufacture food with the help of process known as photosynthesis. Oxygen is being consumed in combustion and respiration. Carbon dioxide is being produced in the two process. So here chloroplast is responsible to maintain the balance between the two gases by absorbing carbon dioxide and oxygen in photosynthesis. So these are the function of plastids. Next is the centrosome or the central apparatus. It is a small naked organelle present near the nucleus in the cell of animals and some lower plants. It has sheet of spatial cytoplasm called centrosphere. It encloses two microcylinders which are right angle to each other and known as centrioles. Each cylinder has 9 triplet fibrils present obliquely on the periphery. They also produce basal body that form cilia and flagella, which help in the movement of organism. Next is cilia and flagella, which are also known as organelles for mobility. Cilia and flagella are hair-like microtubular organelle projecting from the cell surface into the extracellular medium and are concerned with the motility of the cell or the movement of the cell. Some unicellular organisms like Paramecium and Euglena swim in water with the help of cilia and flagella respectively. In multicellular organism, some living tissues like epithelial tissue have cilia on its outer surface. They beat and create a current in the fluid in order to move in a given direction, such as in windpipe or the trachea, to push out the mucus and the dust particles. Some reproductive cells such as spores and gamete bear one, two or many cilia or flagella for the process of movement. So in this way, cilia and flagella are responsible completely for the mobility or motility of the cell organelles. Now we will study about the most important part of the cell, that is nucleus, which is also known as the control center of the cell or the brain of the cell. Nucleus is usually a dense protoplasmic body that contains the hereditary information and control all the cellular activity, as well as transfer the genetic information from one generation to another. It usually lies at the central position or center of the cell. In mature plant cell, it lies towards the periphery. But in prokaryotic cell, nuclear membrane is absent, hence the nucleus is known as nucleoid in prokaryotic cells. Cells like RBC, sieve elements lack nucleus. So the cells which does not have nucleus cannot survive for a long duration of time. One nucleus is present in most of the cell. That means most of the cells are uninucleate. But some cells may have more than one nucleus and known as multinucleate cells. Now what is nucleus made up of? It is usually made up of three things: nuclear envelope, nucleoplasm and nucleolus. Nuclear envelope is a double membrane covering which separates the nucleus from the cytoplasm. It contains many nuclear pores. Nuclear pores allow exchange of material between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Nucleoplasm, it is a colorless, dense sap found inside the nucleus in which the chromatin and nucleolus are suspended. So you can say the cytoplasm of the nucleus is known as nucleoplasm. Another thing which is found inside the nucleoplasm is nucleolus. It is a round structure found inside the nucleus which is rich in RNA and protein. So because of the presence of RNA and protein, it is a site of ribosome formation. Chromosome. It is a thread-like structure which is formed by condensation of chromatin during the cell division and also known as hereditary material or hereditary vehicle. Chromosomes are made up of DNA and protein. A chromosome consists of two similar threads called chromatids. Two chromatids are attached at the center by a centromere. On either side of the centromere, chromatids are called as arms. Next is chromosome number. Chromosome number is fixed for each and every species. In most of the organism, chromosome occur in homologous pair. In each pair, one chromosome belongs to the father parent while the other chromosome belongs to the mother parent. That means 50% genes are coming from father and 50% genes are coming from mother. Presence of two set of chromosome is called as diploid condition. That means if there is a presence of two sets of chromosome, then the organism will be known as diploid, or the condition of chromosome will be known as diploid condition, which is denoted by 2n. If there is a presence of single set of chromosome, then the condition will be known as haploid and it is denoted by n. Now, what is the role of nucleus in a cell? It contains all the genetic information not only for the cell but also for the whole organism. It functions as a control center of the cell as it controls all the metabolic activities that are occurring inside the cell. Ribosomes are also formed by nucleolus, which is a part of nucleus. Nucleus brings about cell differentiation by which a cell attains a specific structure and function. Division of nucleus is essential for cell division. Reshuffling of chromosome and changes in the genes produces variation. Now we have completed all the three basic components of the cell, including the cell organelles which are present in the cytoplasm in detail. In this way, we have finished the chapter Cell, the Unit of Life successfully.